Hi everybody and welcome to another video on my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 places that have breakfast right here in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. Now I know a lot of you when you come here, you either stay at the all-inclusive resorts, you have breakfast there usually, or you actually stay at Airbnbs and then you do kind of start looking at places where you can have breakfast. So this video is going to help you pretty much learn where you can have the best food spots for breakfast in Cap Cana. And even if you're staying at the all-inclusive, you can of course always leave. Everything here is 5 minutes away. You can have some amazing local food as well. Stay tuned. Let's go check all of the places out. So guys, we're going to kick off the video with a place called Granier. Now this is a relatively new addition to the area of Cap Cana. It is located in Fishing Lodge, Cap Cana, which if you take a look at some of my previous videos, I did a couple of tours on the area. I'm going to link them above. This particular place called Granier is absolutely delicious. It's a bakery, but they do offer everything you can imagine. They even have burgers. So it's a blend of everything, but of course it's a bakery with delicious coffee as well. What I typically get here would be like a salmon toast, but I'm going to show you the whole menu, prices, and everything we have in Granier. So let's go check that out. So guys, Granier actually has 3 different seating areas. You have 2 seating areas that are outdoors. One is actually the front, and the other one here is at the back of the place. They're all covered, so of course outside is going to be feeling a bit warmer, though you do have fans absolutely everywhere. And inside there's a smaller seating area, but it does have AC. So there's definitely different options depending on what you prefer. The menu of Granier. Just so you guys know, this place is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you can also have lunch besides breakfast here and also some early dinner. Okay, so they have, of course, a lot of different special breads. So you can get really, really good baked bread right here. And we have quite a lot of sandwich options. Now, again, these prices are very affordable. 300 pesos, we're looking at about a $5 per sandwich or even lower in some cases. Then we've got toast. The one I just had was salmon and avocado toast, which is 390 pesos, again equaling to about $7, $6. Very affordable as well. So I got a lot of different toast options. Then moving on to salad. So if you, again, something a bit healthier on the lighter side, we've got roast beef salad, smoked salmon salad, chicken salad. So quite a lot of options there. Of course, for all the people who love eggs, we've got quite a bit of egg options as well. We've got the fried eggs and different omelets. You can choose pretty much, do a tailored omelet, according to your taste. You can do pretty much whatever you want. And they also have some combinations for you that you can choose as well. Then we've got the burger. Remember I mentioned that there's actually a burger option. Again, burger would be 550 pesos, about $9 for the burger here. We've got different type of wraps, ham and cheese, chicken. Again, wrap is about $5. Approximately. This is a very popular dish here, croque Granier, which is a sandwich, a very particular sandwich here in Granier. And that would also equal to about 465, translates to about $7. So I'm doing these calculations very roughly, but that's pretty much it. Again, different kinds of sandwiches, croissants, of course. You got the sweet, the salty ones as well. More croissants. And of course, we're arriving to the sweet pastries. They do have a lot of dessert options and sweet pastries as well. And again, look, starting from about 70 pesos, starting from a $1.20. So pretty affordable overall. So we've got the croffles, waffles with syrup, sandwich, and of course desserts here again, starting at about 90 pesos, again from about $1.50 approximately. So they also got the New York roll, more sweets this way, and they got a kids menu as well over here for a mini sandwich, a junior burger. Then we've got the juices, again, all of the juices you can find here. This is a very typical Dominican drink called Morir Soñando. Definitely try this one. Just try it, you'll see what it is. It's a very special blend of orange and milk, but it's really good. Then we've got different coffee here. So just so you have an idea of the prices, an American coffee here would start at about $2 per cup of coffee. Then of course you got the beers, some cocktails as well. So it's a pretty big menu overall. We have quite a bit of varieties and options over here. And guys, breakfast has arrived. As you can see, it looks absolutely delicious. This is their salmon toast. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see how it tastes. Guys, something also very important that is not very common in Punta Cana or in Cap Cana either, that there are really few or really none all-day breakfast places. This is pretty much the only all-day breakfast place in Cap Cana, the only one that is absolutely delicious, where you can come at any hour of the day, you can have breakfast here in Granier. Guys, now we're gonna head to the spot number 2, which is called Dolce Italia. Now it's important to mention, I didn't really rank these in a particular order. It's basically how we're moving from place to place, but they're all delicious. Naturally, I do have some favorites, of course. This would definitely be my favorite spot for example, Dominican breakfast. So if you do like Dominican breakfast, this is a really, really good option. Of course, with the mango, the mashed plantain, avocado, bacon. So they have a really, really good dish I'm going to show you guys here on the menu, which is what you should definitely try if you were looking for a Dominican breakfast in Cap Cana. So guys, here in Dolce Italia, you have 2 sitting areas. Essentially, one is inside with the AC and one is this exterior one that is actually fully covered. Besides this one, over there to the left, there's usually a lot of tables as well. Right now, they're actually building a completely roofed terrace outside because sometimes in the rain, in the evening when it would rain, that would be a bit of an issue. But now they actually decided to build another terrace outside. So if you see and hear a bit of a construction, that is it. And guys, this is the breakfast menu of Dolce Italia. So as I mentioned, you have some different toast options you can get: salmon toast, avocado toast, which is pretty standard. You also have the American breakfast if you would like to go with the pancake option. However, the one I was just talking about, my favorite one here would be Criollo Volume 1. So this is the one that has the mashed plantains or mango. You've got it comes with salami, fried cheese, avocado. What I typically do is I replace the salami with bacon. And I add avocado to it, and then it's actually it already comes included. But this is so good. Criollo Volume 1 is definitely my favorite one to get here. Then you got some standard omelets. You got some, of course, sweet pastries as well. You've got some natural juices too. These do come without sugar if you do ask for it. And you got some detox juices and, of course, coffee and water. And guys, we're now actually headed to another place, the third place I'm going to show you in a moment, where you can also have delicious breakfast with the best views. While we were driving there, I wanted to quickly answer a couple of questions that I typically get very often from you guys on YouTube and other platforms. I'm going to kick off with this following one, which is basically a question that people always ask me, is Cap Cana more like a resort bubble, or do people actually live there full time? Now, myself, I'm one of those people, right? So I live here full time, and many more like myself. There's an interesting fact that about 3,000 families live here in Cap Cana year-round, right? Of course, those families travel, so do I. Summertime, right now, is typically the lowest season in Punta Cana overall, in Cap Cana as well. So it will feel emptier in summer because, of course, everybody's traveling, visiting family, going to Europe, going to different places, which are popular to go to in summer, right? Because summer in the Caribbean is not the most popular time to travel because of a lot of factors, the warmth, the humidity, and, of course, the beaches do not look the best in summer. Typically, they're much nicer in winter. So yeah, this is the reason, for example, that it's going to be a bit slower in the summertime. But yes, 100% people do live here. I live here. There's a ton of people that live here, from young professionals to older professionals, families, expats. So there's a pretty big community. And yes, definitely, it is not just a resort, though there are beautiful resorts, beautiful hotels that we pretty much live next to. There's also a community of people outside of the resorts, and we live here full time. And guys, now we're in the spot number 3, which is actually in the Punta Espada, beautiful Punta Espada golf course area. So there's a restaurant that I did one of my previous videos that actually showcased the entire restaurant. And it has a beautiful view of the golf course of Punta Espada and the ocean itself. And you can have breakfast here as well. So let's go check it out. And guys, we're now located at the Punta Espada restaurant, which I mentioned has the absolute best view of the 5 we're gonna see today. So if you like the views, definitely this is the spot for you. It is open every day from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. So you can have breakfast during this period, of course, with the gorgeous views of the ocean and the Gulf. And guys, this is the breakfast menu in the Punta Espada restaurant by the Hotel Eden Rock. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. So there you have a lot of options here. Naturally, we have eggs Benedict and different types of eggs in general. We have Dominican breakfast here as well. So again, we have the mango, salami, cheese, and eggs, which is very, very typical. We've got American, of course. We've got pancakes. And what I find very interesting here is that they have ranchero eggs or huevos rancheros. So if you would like something Mexican, they have that option as well, the Mexican breakfast right here. Then we've got an avocado toast and a chia yogurt, I believe. Yes, that is also an option here. And we're now headed to our 4th place to have a delicious breakfast here. And in the meantime, I wanted to jump on another question that I always get here. You know, and I get this one from people who are considering perhaps relocating to the island. And they always say, so what is there to do on the island? You know, do you just go to the beach all the time and that's pretty much it? Definitely not. So yes, this is a beach town, of course. The beach is a very big part of our routine. But just like anywhere else, you create your own routine, right? So there's a lot of activities here. There's Pilates, gym, tennis. There's a lot of coffee places. There's so many options, so many different places you can go to. So no, it's not all beach all the time, of course. The fun fact is that those of us who live here year-round do not even go to the beach that often. Of course, especially if you work here, right? If you work full-time, you would go to the beach perhaps twice a month, though it'd be nice to go more, but in my case at least, it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, there's so many things you can do, and definitely beach is not the only thing. Again, if you want to be social, have an active social life, you can definitely meet a ton of people. There's expat groups, there's so many people you can meet. And of course, depending on your personal preferences and routines, you can do it. And if you want to be more on the quiet side, you know, completely unplugged, you can definitely do that as well and just completely disconnect. So there's the best of both worlds, but really while living in Punta Cana and Cap Cana. And guys, we have now arrived at the 4th destination of the day where you can also have amazing breakfast in Cap Cana. It is called the Bistro and Coffee, and it's located right here in Green Village Plaza of Cap Cana. So guys, this is the breakfast menu of Bistro. So here you can get some sauteed potatoes, of course, any kind of omelet that you wish. And all of that, for example, an omelet you can get for 150 pesos, which is extremely affordable. This comes out to about $3, $2.5, very, very affordable for an omelet. And of course, you can add any of these extras for another 70 pesos or another $1. And also we can get some pork sausage with onions, breakfast sausages, toast, smoked salmon toast as well. And of course waffles, or again for 150 pesos, which is very, very affordable. And any kind of croissant, because they do have a bakery inside as well. Now, there's also a variety of drinks you can get. My absolute favorite drink here is the orange juice because it's freshly squeezed, sugar-free, and it's absolutely delicious. This is the best orange juice in Cap Cana, I would say. And of course, coffees, again, very affordable. Look at that. Espresso coffee for 70 pesos. So for $1, you can get a cup of coffee, which, as you all know, probably worldwide is very hard to find. guys, while we're on the way to our next destination, I wanted to also embark another question that I always get is, how do people make money in Punta Cana or Cap Cana, right? So can you run a business from here? How do people actually make it, no? So they can live here. It's very simple, right? Just like anywhere else in the world, you can work from home. A lot of them work for example, US companies and international companies and have the privilege of working from home and making that international income, which is for sure one of the best things that you can do. If not, of course, there's a lot of opportunities here. Remember, this is a city, Punta Cana is a city that is developing, right? So we're still at the very early stages of development. There's so many things that you can do. You can pretty much copy and paste any business idea from the US and it would do wonders here because it's a fast growing city community. There's so many things that are still lacking. Well, not lacking, but some things that you're used to in the US, for example, that you don't have here, you can definitely open that here and just make money, A lot of people do that. A lot of foreigners that moved here opened local businesses and that are completely thriving. So that is an option. Again, run a local business, keep working for international company from home, and of course combine all of that with the beach lifestyle and have that ability to disconnect on the beach every weekend is completely priceless. It is definitely a game changer. For example, for me, back in the day, I used to of course work from home online in Europe and I had no beach. And let me tell you, it makes a world of difference in terms of stress levels. So just to have the beach here is a huge plus. Whatever you end up doing, you're definitely going to enjoy it more because you are in a beach town. And we're now at our final spot of the day, which is the Marie Bakery and Cafe. As you may know from one of my previous videos, especially the one I did on Ciudad Las Canas, the subsection of Cap Cana, I went in this place and I also recorded it in more details for you guys, but now we're going to focus more on the breakfast options. For sure, this is one of my favorite spots for breakfast and for daily coffee. I'm here pretty much every single morning. And yeah, so on top of also of all the 5 places we've seen today, for sure, Marie and Dolce Italia and Granier would be in the top 3 places, in my personal opinion, where you can have delicious coffee and breakfast, of course. Let's go check Marie out and their breakfast options. So guys, here at Marie Bakery and Cafe, they actually open at 8 a.m. every day until, well, no, they're open longer, but the breakfast menu, I think, lasts until 11 a.m. So this is pretty much the time that you can have breakfast, after which they also have a lunch menu. But the breakfast one is from 8 a.m. to about 11 a.m. Now, what you can get is not a huge variety of options, but it is very good. So you can get any kind of egg omelet that you wish. You can also make your own omelet, or choose sides, for example, as vegetables, etc. And they also have the Dominican breakfast here. Now, as for the price, it ranges from about 380 pesos, which comes out to about $7, to about 570 pesos for the Dominican breakfast, which comes out to about $9 or $10. So this is more or less the price range. And besides the egg option, of course, and the Dominican breakfast, you can also get a variety of baked goods. In my humble opinion, again, Marie has the best croissants of all Cap Cana. I know Granier is amazing as well, and some people are gonna fight with me on this, but my personal favorite would be Marie Bakery and Cafe for the best croissant. And guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully next time you're in Cap Cana, you're gonna know where to go for that delicious breakfast right here in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you would like to see any more places, or you would like to have some other specific locations for me to record, definitely let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to record that for you guys as well. As always, if you'd like to see more of these videos, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my future videos. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.